This first one comes from, well, let's see, what name did he want to use? Lee. It's not his real name. He said, I'm going for my COVID booster shot. I take off my top and only have my shirt left on. The nurse starts cutting the shirt up my left arm with a pair of scissors so she can expose my upper arm. As she injects me, I feel a sharp sting. I visualize white light in the vaccine to remove any less helpful substances or energy. I love it. She keeps the needle in for what seems like ages. So I ask her to remove it. They don't give me a card, so I don't know what I've been injected with. As I'm walking out of the clinic, the nurse accuses me and my family of having an incident or upset on average every 3 hours. I'm appalled, as she's saying that my family are troublemakers. She tells me that she's never felt someone with such a low vibration before. That's not good. I call to her as I leave, saying that I send her love and light. Then he says, on the way home, I'm on a bus, seated amongst many other people. My friend or brother, so interesting he says brother, says he was injected, I'm going to try pronounce this, hydroxychloroquine and another substance at a clinic without him being told. I'm shocked, and I tell him my story in the clinic. We all agree that it is unacceptable. An old soldier in uniform starts telling us his experience of smuggling a microfilm in secret to a judge in order to alter the course of justice. I feel very strongly that all of these things are not right. And he calls the dream COVID booster shot. It's very topical, isn't it, for the time? Very polarized views about this around the world. I mean, look at what's happening in Austria, for instance. He says in his comments, this is a strange dream that felt different from the usual. It was very vivid and logical, and I'm wondering if it can be interpreted symbolically. Well, we're going to talk about that. So we're going to, what you really do in these is you look at the theme. You don't look at the individual things because this is very close to what was going on. He continues, he said, I am indeed a little concerned about going for a booster shot. I have had 2 doses so far, as I'm wondering when it will all end. Will we have to have booster shots every year? I did have a heated argument with my partner just before bedtime. All is well now, he says in brackets, so that's good. So that might be part of the dream, the sharp sting and the low vibration, he says. Anyway, it's probably not suitable for your show, but please feel free to use it. Thanks for all your inspiring work. Well, here we are using it. So going through the dream again, you're getting the shot and the nurse cuts your shirt to expose your upper arm. So when something like that happens in a dream, like your sleeve is, your sleeve is taken off. It's about hiding nothing and asking you to hide nothing, have nothing up your sleeves. If you have no sleeves, you can have nothing up your sleeves. So it's about being yourself. And then she injects you and keeps the injection in for what seems like ages, and you don't know what you're injected with. And then she accuses you and your family. So remember, family is the important one here, of having an incident every 3 hours. So now what you do is you look at this nurse as being mom, and mom accusing you of being upset all the time. And it's going to be childhood. We look at 3 is when it comes up in the dream. So it's going to be childhood and around age 3. And you accused of being upset. So the dream says you need to work on issues around mom. We don't look at the COVID thing because like that's part of the backdrop. That's going on in your life. You had the argument about that the day before and so on. But what we do look at is the abuse of those by those in authority. And we know it's abuse because an injection is a perfect symbol for abuse. Abusers, drug abusers use injections, for instance. So you're being injected with it, but you don't know what it is. So it's like, I don't trust people in authority. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. That's what this dream is about. That feeling of, I'm being subjected to this and I have no control over it. And so it says you got that from your mom, that feeling that you're going through life, which you should be able to identify. You're going through life with today comes from a very young age when mom would accuse you of being a way that you weren't. Accusing you in a sense of being low vibration, or causing an incident, always causing trouble, etc., etc., etc. You fill in the blanks. You know the way mom was. And that's ultimately what this dream is about, saying you need to do that. Now look at the last, by do that I mean cut the ties with mom. So now look at the last bit. On the way home, I'm on a bus, seated amongst many other people. My friend or brother, you say he was injected too. So your brother was subjected to the same treatment. And what do you decide to do? You're talking to each other saying, this is completely unfair, and we're going to tell a judge because justice is not being served. I mean, this soldier comes in and he's getting things, smuggling them in secret to a judge. So this is really what it's about. You being subjected to what you considered was unfair, abuse of authority by mom as a child. Your brother backs it up for you in the dream. And then you're going to a judge to say, hey, could you please do something about this? It's not about COVID at all, of course. And of course, you knew that. COVID is just used as the thing today because we are being told, here's what you need to do, here's what you need to do. And even if it's right, we still have no control over that. Like where we are here in America and other parts of Europe, lots of places, lots of states are saying, here's what you must do. And it's not a choice. And so we have a lot of people giving a backlash about the fact that it is choices being taken away. And that's what you're using in the dream because it mirrors the way it was for you with mom in childhood. So there you go, Lee. Hope that makes sense of your dream and how topical it is. Thank you for watching this clip from the Dream Interpretation Podcast. If you want to hear the whole show, there's a link directly under this video. Please like and share with your friends, all of your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the podcast at thedreaminterpretationpodcast.com. That's also where you can submit your dream to the show and have yours featured. You can also download my free dictionary that has thousands of symbols that will help you understand the meaning of your dreams. Thanks for listening.